Many men suffer in silence. They fight their demons all alone. They have no outlet, no person to talk to. No one wants to hear it. Ask yourself this: when is the last time that you heard of mental health geared towards men? I mean, a program or an outreach that specifically deals with young men, because it seems like a man's counterpart, the woman, has many support systems, whether it be her family, friends, society, even the media. They have many avenues to go to if they need some sort of mental help, or even if they need some sort of help with their physical. As for men, they are left to fend for themselves in this wilderness. And I will get deep into this. This is a Tarek Talks Midnight podcast. Sit down, relax, and enjoy. Many men wander aimlessly through life. They have no kind of support. A lot of young men, unfortunately, grew up in broken homes. And this is one of the many problems why male depression is skyrocketing. If you look at the suicide rates, men are far more susceptible to committing it than their counterpart. Why is this? Surely there's a reason for this. A huge part is, as stated earlier, many men grow up in a broken home. They grow up in a single parent home. They grow up with a mother that tries her best. She might love her boy, which a lot of single mothers do, obviously. She cares for him. She wants him to do the best. But unfortunately, as this boy is coming of age into a young man, there are problems that his mother has no scope, that are out of her scope, that are out of her knowledge, out of her limits. Because no matter how much she cares for him and wants him to be safe and wants him to be mentally stable, not having a solid male father figure to guide him, to tell him, look, son, keep your head up high, keep your chest out. This world, it's not nice. This world is harsh. It's treacherous. The environments are extremely harsh, are extremely treacherous, and you will need to weather the storm. A young man needs that from a solid male figure, because another male is the only person that is going to sympathize, that is going to relate, that will have comparable experiences to this young man. And unfortunately, even if a mother does try to help this young man out, some things are just not in her ability, no matter which way you slice it. See, this world will treat a young man harshly. It will drag him. It will beat him up if he does not have the necessary tools. If he has no one that is strong and solid to ask for advice, no kind of mentor, it is going to be extremely harsh. And yes, some men weather through the storm and are successful. But trust and believe, the journey is extremely hard. The road is extremely rocky, is extremely bumpy. It is not a smooth transition at all. And on the other hand, a lot of young men grow up and their psyche is completely destroyed, completely traumatized, because all through their upbringing, they were lost. This is one of the most detrimental things to a young man's psyche, is being lost, wandering, being aimless. just growing up in a maze that we call life. No kind of direction, no kind of GPS. And another thing that will destroy a young male's psyche is being an outcast. No matter how much someone claims that they are antisocial, we are by nature social. It is almost a defense mechanism. It is almost a survival mechanism that is built into us. Because in our ancestral days, we were very tribal. We were very territorial. We had to be. And this state of mind is not going anywhere anytime soon, because there is a sort of secure factor in having social acceptance. But unfortunately, a lot of young men, especially young men that grew up without a solid male figure, they grow up to be very fragile, and they are targeted and preyed on, especially in school. This is where a lot of the trauma starts, is when a young man is in school, the most crucial time of his life, when he is developing, when his brain, when his mind, when his spirit, when his soul, his conscious is developing. It's like a clay model being carved. But unfortunately, when he is fragile, when he is weak, when he is a little different, he is going to be called things like loser, dork, nerd. And when you are called that enough times, especially when you are growing up, especially when your mental development has not even matured yet, you will believe these negative affirmations. It is like a poisonous, toxic echo chamber that just loops over and over and over again until the young man grows up and believes that he is a dork, is a nerd, is a loser. He basically believes that he is worthless, that he has no place in society. And to top it all off, a lot of the media confirms his thoughts that he is worthless. A lot of what he sees on TV and hears and sees on social media, moreover, is telling them that he is not worth it, that he is useless as a man. And that's the nail in the coffin. And with all of that, it is a complete storm in his head. He is told to suck it up. He is told to be a man, which is indeed true, which I do agree with, but only the right circumstances, only in circumstances where he is guided. A long time ago, men had to go through rites of passages to even become a man. See, it takes a tribe to raise a child. It takes a tribe of men to raise a young man. And with this, the young boy automatically knows what it is to man up. The young boy automatically knows what it means to stick his chest out and keep his head up high and make direct eye contact. He automatically knows this because he had strong, solid men to raise him. Nowadays, he is left floating. He is left wandering this terrain, this wilderness, left alone, looking left and right. Young men, if you are listening to this, ask yourself, what drives you to wake up every day? What are you passionate about? What do you love doing? Whatever that passion is, no matter how ridiculous someone says it is, or no matter how much your family is telling you to leave it alone, ignore that. Take that passion and be relentless with it. Because that is what you are destined to do. Whatever you love doing, whatever gives you joy, That is your purpose. That is what is meant for you. It's inside of you. Unfortunate thing is, no one ever tells you this. No one ever encourages you. As a matter of fact, there's more people discouraging you than encouraging you. So never let anyone tell you that what you want to do will not work. Never let someone that is envious, someone that is hateful on the inside, discourage you from doing what you want. Because unfortunately, this is what you will hear most of the time. And I had to break it to you, fellas, but you will hear negativity way more than positivity. But I'm telling you this, if you waste your life listening to what people say, if you waste your life caring about what people say, you're never going to get anywhere. But when you ignore them, when you take all of that hate, when you take all of those harmful comments, those demeaning comments, those condescending comments, and you turn it into motivation, you could be dangerous. You can attain goals that no one ever thought that you can attain. But you have to stifle all of the negativity. You have to stifle all of those harmful comments because they will come your way. And young men are never told this while they are growing up, unfortunately. And this is why we have an epidemic of men whose mental health is deteriorating and no one even cares. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Be safe, stay solid.